They were depleted by COVID, but the Blues had too much power for the Highlanders. It was the worst of times, and eventually, finally, the best of times for the Blues at North Harbour Stadium on Friday night, as they doubled their win count for the Super Rugby Pacific season. The day, and the match, certainly did not start promisingly for Leon MacDonald's men, as they had to battle a COVID disruption, 3 late withdrawals and then a first-half shocker. But they made the correction in time to steam home to a comfortable 32-20 victory over the Highlanders that retains the Gordon Hunter Memorial Trophy. Hannah Peters, a Taine Plumtree of the Blues, celebrates after scoring a try during the match against the Highlanders. It also improves the Blues to 2-1 for the season and 9 competition points. The Southerners, sadly, remain winless with 4 consecutive defeats to open the new competition. The home side got their act together at half-time. It was as simple as that. They could not take a trick in the first 40, but sizzled home on the back of a 2-try effort from 22-year-old loose forward Taine Plumtree. A big shift from the pack, and some skillful play by their talented backs. Asterisk COVID outbreak hits Blues ahead of Super Rugby Pacific match against Highlanders. Asterisk Blues Stephen Perofeta rides confidence into Super Rugby Pacific visit by Highlanders. Asterisk Blues get out of jail as Chiefs roulette penalty miss in Super Rugby Pacific. The Highlanders battled away through their limitations and gave themselves a sniff late when Shannon Frizzle crossed for a try to get them within 5. But their line-out struggles cost them dearly, as they failed to apply much in the way of pressure over the run home. Hannah Peters, a Rieko Ioane charges forward for the Blues against the Highlanders at North Harbour Stadium on Friday. The Blues were clearly unsettled by the match-day disruption, which saw them confirm a minor COVID outbreak, and later with Beauden Barrett, Nepo Laulala, and backup halfback Sam Knock all withdrawn from the 23. Zahn Sullivan came in to start at fullback, Sven Perofeta moved to number 10, and Marcel Renata came in off the bench to start at tight head prop. But even that cannot have explained the dire nature of their first 40 minutes, which saw them cough up the only score of the half, a penalty try from a Landers line-out drive brought down by Luke Romano, and go into the sheds 13-3 down. The Blues committed 8 handling errors on a perfect night for rugby, and were so off the mark it was hard to recall anything positive they managed through the opening stanza. They were devoid of rhythm, and their effort was perhaps best summed up by the 9th-minute brain explosion from wing Caleb Clark, who was put clear down the left touchline and lost the ball with the line open when he carried in one paw and allowed the scrambling Aaron Smith to knock it loose. The Highlanders kept things pretty simple, with a lot of kick chase and plenty of pressure at the breakdown. And they very much unsettled their northern mates. The Blues, of course, couldn't stay that bad. And they didn't. Young loose forward Plumtree struck with 2 excellent tries in the first 10 minutes of the second spell, and from there the home side were away. Rieko Ioane added a quality finish off Bryce Heem's break, and Perofeta sealed the deal late with a nice finish after impact men James Tucker and Adrian Choate had opened the visitors up. It was heartening to see talents like Perofeta, Heem, Ioane and Mark Tellier getting things rolling in the second spell, though the Blues will also want to have a good hard look at those first half woes. The big moment. Plumtree's first try early in the second spell. The big loose forward was all over an important 7-pointer. He started by tapping back a high kick and finished by running a nice support line for his skipper Dalton Papali. The Blues needed an early score to turn this match's momentum, and their young loose delivered brilliantly. Match rating 6/10. As a contest, this never really reached any heights. The Highlanders were game, but distinctly limited throughout. The Blues were awful in the first 40, and infinitely better in the second as they ate up that 10-point deficit and left the visitors in their dust. A tough watch at times for the neutrals. The big picture. The Blues continue their climb up the standings, and will at least take something from their second half turnaround and much improved finish. And they at least finished things off better this week. For the Highlanders, it's hard to see a way back from here, as they have dug themselves a massive hole to climb out of. MVP Plumtree. by a country mile. The big blindside flanker, and son of All Blacks assistant coach John, in just his second match for the Blues completely changed the game, with his 2 tries in the first 10 minutes of the second spell that took the Blues from 10 down to 4. A match haul of 45 metres on 7 carries, with the 2 scores and 1 clean break reflected an excellent night's work. Scoring details: Blues 32, Highlanders 20. HT 3-13. Yellow card, Luke Romano 29 minutes.